The next person signed up to speak on this issue is Lauren Hopson. And if you could start, state your name, address, up to 5 minutes.
Lauren Hopson, 7500 Poppin Drive, Knoxville, Tennessee. And people thought nothing happened at summer board meetings. I'm really glad to see all the involvement from the community regardless of their stand on the issues. There have been and will be a lot of opinions expressed this evening about the charter school application that has come before the board. I listened to Monday night's work session as I was on vacation in Cincinnati, and one thing still stands out to me. The Emerald Youth Foundation is one of the most respected organizations in the county, and if anyone was going to do a good job with a charter school, it would be them. However, I cannot support approval of the charter school application for several reasons. First of all, I never think we should agree to do something just because our state will do it if we don't. If it is not something the majority of the board believes in their heart is good for our system, and all of you who recently ran for re-election publicly stated that charters were not something that you supported, then the state should have to work for it if that is what they want. We should not make it easy for them. That is how teachers ended up with no bargaining rights and a flawed testing and evaluation system because our own association figured it was better to just sign off and fight it later than fight it in the present. Teachers have since come to recognize that tactic for what it is, bullying from people with big money interests. Secondly, if we feel strongly that community schools are making a difference, why are we not pumping the money into that program that would come out of our system for the charter schools? In doing so, you would be telling Knox County teachers that you do believe in them instead of just giving them lip service. Students leaving the system for the charter school will cause staffing positions to be cut in a time of already extremely low teacher morale. You can't tell teachers how great you think they are and then take actions that clearly express the opposite. Thirdly, as I have said to you before, no matter how noble the goal of the charter school is, which should be to help those students most at risk, when the test score demon rears its ugly head, and it will, the charter school will not be able to keep the very kids who most desperately need their help. If that test score demon could be beaten into submission, I might feel differently. After all, for the kids that may benefit the most from a charter school, maybe a good test score is not the most important result for them, but being in a safe, caring place that will build their character more than their penchant for taking a test. And as I say that out loud, it occurs to me that that is actually what I want for all of our schools. Before I leave you to your vote, however, I do want to address the notion of this public forum. As I watched the discussion about the forum policy from Monday's meeting, it seemed to me as if the board still feels like teachers who have addressed the board have not tried to take their concerns up the chain of command. I can assure you that this has been the case, but when years of trying that method got us nowhere, this was our only recourse. I firmly believe that right now, just like the tree that falls in a forest, a teacher who expresses a concern without a board member around to hear it doesn't make a sound at all. Even now, the Teacher Advisory Group has used direct communication with our superintendent to address issues so we could stop bothering you. Have you heard about our suggestions for next year's advisory group? Adjusting the leadership rubric? Our opinions on how coaches should not be treated as administrative position? How we firmly agree that PLCs and professional development be teacher-led, and how the announced evaluation next year should be a teacher choice, not an administrative one? No? Maybe you should ask him. Thank you.